right, good evening. It's now 6 o'clock on Wednesday, January 2022. And I call the meeting of the DeKalb Township Board of Trustees to order. So clerk, will you please call the roll?
Absolutely. Trustee McNutt.
Here.
Trustee Thurman.
Here.
Trustee King.
Here.
Trustee Bradlow appears to be absent for the time being, and Supervisor House.
Present. So we do have a quorum present. Next, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. Will everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next we have approval of the agenda. Does anyone have any corrections or changes to the order of the agenda? Okay, so the agenda is set. And we're going to start with the hearing regarding the amendment to the DeKalb Township budget and appropriation ordinance. So can I get a motion to open the hearing, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Trustee Thurman, Trustee McNutt. Everyone in favor of this, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, so the hearing is now open. So we have some budgetary amendments, and if you're in your book is the ordinance 2022-001T. So I just want to go through what some of these changes are and the reason for them. So anything that's crossed out in red is what was in the original budget, and then the items in blue are the new proposed changes. So replacement tax for revenue, that's just additional money that we weren't really anticipating we'd get. And so I just wanted that reflected in this. The TIF fund disbursement, because they are having that TIF end a year early, that disbursement is going to be coming sometime early in 2022 while we're still in this fiscal year. And so I just wanted the budget to reflect that. And then cemetery income was a little more than we anticipated because we had a burial in December of 2021. So there's an additional $36,000 of estimated revenue. Any questions about that? Okay. All right. And then next for budgets, budgeted expenditures, that's just an overview of all the categories. And so I'm going to go through those. General town fund just really took $2,000 out of office equipment and equipment leasing and created a miscellaneous category of $2,000. So that was a change there. So, and then there was in social service agency support, that was originally at 120 and bumped that up to 130, just because a lot of social service agencies are still struggling with the pandemic. Just wanted to have a little extra cushion in funding there in case we get approached for anything. Under 1.4, the cemetery funds. So we did have a line item just for cemetery staff to be paid. And so that was for $17,000. And because we're hiring someone to do some work at the cemetery who's going to be a part-time staff member, and we're going to have to account for Social Security and taxes and everything, that's why that was broken down into those different line items so that we can take them out for this part-time worker. Landscaping was at $20,000, brought it down to $10,000. Just because I don't think we're going to need all that this fiscal year. Restoration was at $60,000. We already had that work done and completed in it was late summer. So that number was brought down to $35,000. Road construction maintenance was brought down to $20,000 because you'll see that we're having a capital improvements there. Training, travel, and education brought down to 5,000 just because there's not that many education opportunities for the cemetery. Publishing and printing brought down, dues brought down, and the website was brought down. So it's still the same amount of money that was in the original budget. It's just the categories were broken out a little bit differently. Utility was increased to $750 just on account of the increases in utilities this year. And then you'll see we added the Oakwood Road improvements for a capital budget for that for $63,000. Over time, we would like to add blacktop asphalt to the roads there to help from the washing out that's constantly happening and to improve that. And then contingencies of $50,000, that was in the original budget. It just wasn't broken out in the line item. And then last we get to the general assistance fund, home relief. For general assistance, that was at $118,000 and emergency assistance was at $20,000. But as you recall, earlier in 2021, we increased the grant amount for emergency assistance, and we certainly have a lot more people applying for that. So we needed to bring that number up. To date, for this fiscal year, we are at like $19,000 that we've helped residents with. So we're getting real close to that $20,000 mark. So those are the changes that I proposed. Do we have any questions?
I think I had a question about 2,000, and I'm wondering why for miscellaneous you took it to 2,000. If you've seen any more spending or any less spending, and I'm asking, I think, with the idea of maybe more, given that things are going up. That's all I'm thinking.
So we didn't have a miscellaneous line item. And so for miscellaneous things that came up, you know, we didn't really have anywhere to assign them. And so that's why I created it. I looked at previous budgets and that's what it was at, that the amount it was at. So I figured that would be the starting point for this year.
Okay. I'm just thinking about, you know, my reference is the university where I work, and I know they're doing something connected to whatever printing people. And the lady was telling us today, I was in a meeting, and she said, well, the costs are higher and it takes more time and it takes, so I thought maybe it should be more. I don't have a number in mind. I'm not going to present a number, but if you think 2,000 is fine, I'll support you. I just think that.
I think it'll get us through the end of March when the budget ends. And
Oh,
maybe
duh.
for next
Okay.
year.
March.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think we'll be fine to get us through that.
Never
So-
mind. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's fine. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that everything, like, was just up. People are just, have you been to the store? Have you seen how much milk is? Or everything is high. I'm like, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm straight milk.
yeah. Well, we definitely are seeing some increased prices on things. Craig, probably more than any of us.
You said Craig?
Yeah,
Oh. Yeah, I think you will,
yeah,
because I think stuff is just.
yeah. Maybe in office supplies we're seeing it.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Yeah. And one of the purposes of the hearing is to have comments from the public, but there's no one here from the public. So we will go ahead and close the hearing. Do I have a motion to close the hearing?
So. Second.
Anyone in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. All right. The hearing is closed. All right, next, public comment. Again, no one from the public is here. Anything there?
22.
Presentations. So for the social service agencies that receive grants from us, rather than having them come in and do presentations because this year's iffy, or we weren't sure we would be able to have people with us, we went ahead and requested that he send us videos. And so at each meeting, I will show you a video that talks about the program that we funded. That's what we asked him to cover in the video. So Andrew, if you could bring up the video, please.
You put it on the webpage, on the
And it's on the
Facebook.
website.
Yeah,
Yes, and
yeah,
and
because
we're
that's,
we're gonna feature one a week on the website.
okay. Yeah, I saw Barb City, I think.
Yes, that was the first one.
Should I also share the screen for people watching so they know what we're discussing and looking at?
Yeah, if you can do that, sure.
Yes. Yes, there we go.
Computer had to put his glasses on, like just. I saw you. So, Craig. Let me put my glasses on.
I can see far away, I can't see close up.
Ready to start or whatever?
Oh. So short and sweet. Yeah, our funding went toward the before and after school program. You saw that it serves 3 communities, Portland, Malta, and DeKalb. And
Is that the extent of what we're sharing?
yes,
Okay, cool. I will stop sharing.
okay.
Yes, we should be good.
Questions, comments about that?
No, it was cute, yeah.
Next we have reports, supervisor's report, pretty brief. So just before, or just after we had our December meeting is when we held the vaccine booster clinic here. We had 67 residents participate in that. So a lot of people made comments that it was hard getting appointments for boosters at other places in the community. Someone said it would be 3 weeks before they could get into the health department. And so, and a lot of people were grateful to be able to get them right before the holidays so that they could be with their families during the holidays. So aside from IDPH telling everyone their appointment was at 10 a.m. and we had a lot of people show up at 10 a.m. But we worked through that and that was just the, you know, the only kind of hiccup in the day for that. And then cemetery, I just wanted to bring you up to date. It was last year, I believe, when the board had heard about some cemetery mapping software so that we can have a digital map of where people are buried and where we have available graves. And so we did purchase that software now. And I was telling you earlier, we hired someone. So she's going to be working part-time. So we have to, someone has to do all the data entry into that software so that we can have a database of who's buried at the cemetery and where. So she'll be doing that probably in about spring, she'll start doing that. We're gonna start with Oakwood Cemetery for that. And then tree maintenance work is going to be completed at Oakwood when the weather clears up. And then I just wanted to make you aware that the 2022 Township Official of Illinois scholarships are available. And so there's some on the table out there. If you know any seniors graduating from high school, they can apply for this scholarship. One of the requirements is that they have to interview a township official. So I know Craig already had someone come in and interview him. So if you could help in promoting this, that would be fantastic to have someone from DeKalb.
Is it on the webpage too?
That is on the website, yes.
I mean, the scholarship application.
I believe so. Or there's a link to
Well,
it.
I'll pick it up some up. I
Okay.
can start.
Yeah, there's either a link to it or it is on the website.
Okay.
And then since the last meeting up until yesterday, we had not received any FOIA requests, so we don't have a FOIA report.
Okay, Karen was happy, I'm sure.
That's all I have. So clerk,
No report.
highway commissioner?
First, I just wanted the minutes to reflect that I've been here for the whole meeting. Myself and the assessor were not as part of the roll call. I did meet Dylan, I'm gonna screw his last name up, of course, but Orsucci, thank you. Reached out to us. He also did a project at Oakwood Cemetery for his Eagle Scout project a few years ago. Did a very nice job with that. I don't know him well, but he did a really good job, I thought, you know. And we worked through it. I know he was gonna reach out to someone else, and see if maybe doing more than one. I suggested one of the trustees. I think he might be contacting you.
Well, it's your eagle.
So, that's part of it, you know, it was DeKalb County has never, no one's ever received this from DeKalb County.
Oh.
And, so as part of me being on the TOI board, I'm also on the education committee. So I will be a part of the people choosing one of the applicants. So I will just say he's got a leg up. So, I haven't seen any other information, but
Right.
you know, so far he's my favorite. But as far as work, you know, we've had a fair amount of windy days, and you know, we've had some sign damage and stuff like that. And you know, it's winter, so it's snow and weather. You know, as you know, like tomorrow morning, the roads were starting to dry. My alarm goes off at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I get up, go out on the roads to make sure that there's no slick spots.
That's nice.
That's turned into about a seven day a week thing right now for me. That's what I signed up for. So, and just working on work lists and things as we can and back, and stuff like that. I do need to say that I have, under Illinois state statute, I have designated 2 pieces of equipment for surplus, a crack filling machine and an air compressor. They're full trailer type. And they've already been sent to the auction house to be auctioned off. They're equipment that we no longer use. And so I do need that to be reflected in the minutes. And we're also working, it was, I was not here the day of the booster shot deal here, but it was brought up that about a defibrillator. And for those of us that have been here back, Eric Johnson was working on one in grants at the time. Not sure, I know Mary has reached out and actually received a grant to purchase one. I think the issue with the grant that I have in purchasing one here is maintaining it. You know, and is it gonna be usable when we need to use it? I'm not a defibrillator maintenance person. So, you know, and so I reached out to Cintas that does the rugs and uniforms for us and back and stuff, and they have a program. You know, I think I can't remember the cost. It was not a significant cost to us annually. They would supply one, they would maintain it, they would do trainings to any of the staff members that would be interested in doing it. So I think that's the route we need to go. So it's kind of, you know, takes it away from And I'll probably be the first one that needs it, to be used on, so I don't know about that.
Have you seen the way I eat?
Right, well, yeah, eat and then my work schedule now, so those kind of things.
2
So-
a.m., yeah.
So that's kind of the things we're working on, and stuff like that. So that's all I got.
I got a question,
Yes.
Craig. What about police and fire? Don't they have those two defibrillators?
Yeah, but it, from what I understand, for instance, when my daughter was in high school, a really good friend of hers, her father was an assistant basketball coach at NIU at the time, and they came from Michigan. Her older brother was a senior in high school in Michigan and collapsed with heart problems that their parents were unaware of and died in that high school gymnasium. If they would have had a defibrillator in that gymnasium, he'd be alive today.
Yeah.
He was the number 4 prospect in the country to play D1 basketball. So, that's the extreme condition. We see people in and out of this building all day long.
I'm sorry, Craig. I meant in terms of updating it, making sure that it's working and providing training.
I don't know if
I
don't know if they would do that service for us.
Oh, okay.
So I do have an update about the fire
Oh,
department that we can.
Yeah,
So we could potentially work with the DeKalb Fire Department. That's something we have to explore.
oh, yeah, and I'm up for that. I'm up for free. I mean, what I'm not up for is being in charge of maintaining.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, that's the only thing, and I think it's something we need here, whether it's the senior days that we've had in the past, me, I'm not getting any younger, so, yeah,
Okay.
that's all for me.
Assessment should be finalized here coming up real soon. The county board of review should be finalizing any numbers. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot. We did have a FOIA request for the assessor's office, just looking for information regarding property owners and their billing addresses for multifamily units. Other than that, that's it.
Trustees? Lisa? Trustee?
Well, NIU has pushed back classes. I think everybody knows that to online for the first week. We are back. It's always a struggle when you come back from break. So we are trying to get around. We have a new police chief. He's also a guy in the community, Darren Mitchell. I don't know if you all know him.
Yes.
His children grew up here and went to school. 2 of them have graduated. His last daughter, I would say the smartest, but the boys would probably be mad. They're all really bright and work hard. So that's what's new at NIU. I think that's it. As far as I know, I haven't been back yet. I go back. My actual in the office day is Friday, so we're kind of doing a rotation so that there are not a lot of us in the office at the same time, because I work in the office that's pretty dense with people. And when students come back after that first week, it potentially could be pretty dense with people. And so we want to keep those numbers down as well.
Yeah.
So,
Be safe.
yeah, thank you.
Trustee McNabb?
I have nothing.
Trustee Thurman?
I'll just add to what Trustee King said about the university. So 20% of the employees at university will be tested every week. So about every 5 weeks, every employee has to be tested. That's part of the program, unless you have some significant issues that prevent you from doing so.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't realize it was everybody. My name did pop up and I thought it's because I'm getting my booster shot from. Like I applied to get my booster shot and then I got the thing and I thought, oh,
It's randomly pulled.
yeah, well.
Anything else? Okay, all right, so next on the agenda, we have bill paying. So first we have approval of December audit report and January bills to pay. So can I get a motion to approve the December audit report in the amount of $304,932.14?
Can we pause for just a second? I hadn't looked at them, if that's okay.
Okay,
Everybody else looked at them? I'm sorry.
we can have discussion.
Okay,
and January bills to pay in the amount of $110,622.42.
So move.
I'll second. So discussion,
I'm good.
roll call please.
Trustee King,
Yes,
trustee McNutt,
Yes.
trustee Thurman,
Yes.
supervisor Hess.
Yes.
With 4 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
And then next we have receive, file, and approve treasurer's December budget report. So can I get a motion to receive, file, and approve the treasurer's December budget report?
I'll second.
Discussion?
I have a question. I don't know if it's a December 1. I'm looking at it, and it's probably for Craig. Is that just the Twomley Road? They completed it? Okay, I'm like.
Yeah, I think there's still a little bit, so they, they will retain money until next year, or, early year. There's like a 10% retention on that.
Okay,
And, yeah, and because it's a shared deal, we've taken over all sidewalk maintenance right now. And then there's gonna be more costs added next year to, like we do all our sealing and stuff like that the city doesn't do.
okay,
So, but we do it, and I'm a true believer in a lot of that, because that portion of road, last time it was done was 1989. So, I would like to make it as solid as possible. Because
yeah,
I won't be here the next time we can all afford to do it again, so, that's kind of the thing, but yes, I'm sorry, yes, it is.
no, that's fine, I appreciate it. I just saw that big number and thought, hey, what was happening? They had a big party, didn't it? Super big party. No, I figured that's what it was. It looks nice out there too. I took a drive.
We were on it today, actually. It is very nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm fortunate to drive it every day. Even the sidewalks are nice and clean.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's very nice.
Any other discussion for the treasurer's December budget report? Roll call, please.
Trustee McNutt,
Yes.
trustee Thurman,
Yes.
trustee King,
Yes.
supervisor Hess.
Yes.
With 4 ayes and 0 nays, the motion again passes.
Okay, next, kind of flipping back in our book to starting on the second page. We have the amending ordinance 2022-001T for the DeKalb Township budget and appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year beginning April 1st, 2021 and ending March 31st, 2022. Can I have a motion to approve that ordinance?
A second.
Roll call, please, or discussion? No more discussion. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee King,
Yes.
trustee Thurman,
Yes.
trustee McNutt,
Yes.
supervisor Hess.
Yes.
With 4 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
Next, we had a discussion about this last month, and so an agreement has been made. So can I get a motion to authorize the township attorney to execute all documentation necessary to effectuate the settlement of tax levy objection against the township's general assistance fund in case number 2021 TX19 in the amount not to exceed $7,500?
So second.
Discussion?
This Stewart's deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Stewart's. So that will be resolved. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
All right, trustee Thurman,
Yes.
trustee King,
Yes.
trustee McNutt,
Yes.
supervisor Hess.
Yes.
Trustee been absent, 4 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
And then in your book, resolution 2022-001T, this is the resolution for policy for website posting of board meeting information. And I get a motion to approve this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. I'll just reiterate that what was discussed and agreed on is that the agendas of regular and special township board meetings and the packets of those types of meetings with the minutes will be posted on the website for a duration of 4 years. And any agendas and packets before that time will be removed to conserve space on our website.
And the line item for the website expenses will reduce to $500 and,
That's just for the cemetery purposes.
oh, just for the.
Yeah, for the town purposes and still more than that.
Oh.
Yeah, we just, for the town purposes, that 4,000, and we really don't have a lot on our website for that.
That makes sense.
Any other questions, comments about this resolution? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee King,
Yes.
Trustee Knapp,
Yes.
Trustee Thurman,
Yes.
Supervisor House,
Yes.
Trustee Lightfoot is absent, so there with 4 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
Okay, and then next we have the approval of resolution 2022-002T, authorizing expenditure in the amount of $8,000 to Voluntary Action Center for food and security needs. Can I have a motion on this to approve this?
I will.
Second?
Second.
Should I third, second?
So last month, discussion last month, this was brought to you that Voluntary Action Center has, I think it was 16 people on their wait list for the senior meals, which is the Meals on Wheels program. And so they reached out and we've funded this in the past. And this is coming out of a line item that we have specifically for food insecurity. Any questions about this?
I recall us having some discussion about the process, so the people can apply for those funds afterwards. I can't remember the details of it, but there was gonna be a process so they can apply for it.
Right, so they did send a letter, and I unfortunately did not have that with me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't recall us having a standard process to request those assistance like that after grants and stuff are awarded.
Right, but this is coming out of a different line item. This is, so it's not part of the social service grants.
Right.
And so I think what we said is if they could make a formal request rather, because they had called me and we had a conversation about it. And so then they made the formal request.
Okay.
So if you want something more, we can put this off.
No, this is fine. I'm agreeing, but I'm just saying to do going forward, if there was a process that impacts other people, or maybe not, I don't know how, if it's necessary. But I thought we had some discussion about that.
Yeah, we did have some
I
discussion.
think we did, because I think I mentioned that Jenny before got some meal cards. And maybe this is one of those miscellaneous. I don't know.
That was, I think at the beginning of COVID, I had
Yeah.
heard something about it.
Yeah, this was the person was sick or something. And so they missed it, but they usually,
They usually do a
Apply.
social service grant.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in support of it. I don't know exactly what Dale means when he's saying, what are you saying, Dale? So that it's fair if somebody else did that, would we be able to help them?
I'm thinking it would help us leave that off the budget for it, or maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. I just know we had some discussion about it before, about a process being attacked or created. Well, I could be crazy too, so.
Yeah, no, I believe that what we said was that we would just have them do a formal request.
Okay,
And so they did do that formal request. We also talked about Salvation Army, but I haven't received anything from them yet. That's why I haven't brought them into this. Okay, so roll call, please.
All right, trustee McNutt,
Yes.
trustee King,
Yes.
trustee Thurman,
yes,
supervisor Hess.
Yes.
Trustee Gregor is still absent, 4 ayes and 0 nays, motion passes.
And then next, discussion and approval of Kishwaukee United Way request in the amount of $1,000 for continued support of the 211 information and referral line. So this is something that the township has funded for quite a few years. They did make a formal request with that. And they do have us on their website as a partner. And then quarterly, I receive these reports that talk about, they give a little bit of data on how many people have utilized 211, for what reasons and so forth. And so I do want to point out that for the top 10 agency referrals, the first one was Salvation Army and next was DeKalb Township. So we are getting a lot of referrals
What money?
from the 211 program. And I think other people in our community are finding out about additional resources that they can go to for their needs. So, you know, I believe it's beneficial to our community members, and it's apparently costs the United Way $6,000 annually, and they're asking us for $1,000 to help fund it.
how many referrals did the township get from 211?
In the last quarter, or this is the third quarter, July 1st to September 30th, the township had 49 referrals. So, and we're going to start promoting this more on our Facebook page and on our website to try to make people aware of it, so that they're using it. And you can call in or you can text. And I tested the texting and it does work. I asked for rental assistance and it came back, the township came back. So.
Okay. Can you text 911?
Some places you can, some places you can't.
Could you be any more general? Like just, if I text here at DeKalb,
Well, I don't know which PSAPs are
Oh.
fully functional and are, I'm not
Okay.
on 911 board, so I don't know all the
all right,
nuts
all
and
right.
bolts of it.
It wasn't even, I just thought when you said I texted,
Mhm.
and I thought, oh, I wonder if you could text 911. So
Yeah.
it was just random.
Our board's been working on it for a while. I don't know if they're operational in some parts of the county yet or not.
Okay.
So can I get a motion to approve the United Way request in the amount of $1,000 for support of the 211 information and referral line?
I'll motion what you just said.
Okay. Trustee King, I'll second that. Any last minute discussion? Roll call, please.
All right, trustee Thurman,
Yes,
trustee King,
Yes.
trustee McNutt,
Yes.
supervisor Hess.
Yes.
With trustee Renzo absent, 4 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
Next, we have approval of minutes of the regular Board of Trustees meeting of December 8th, 2021. A motion to bring this to the floor, please.
I will.
I'll second that. Discussion. I did look through the minutes more closely. And so I just wanted to make some amendments if they could be, and I'll give you this sheet, if they could be reflected. So under Town Hall, just a misspelling, PPL has 2 L's to it, PPELL. Under bill paying, in the first paragraph, you had September bills to pay. You could change that to December bills to pay. In the first paragraph, Trustee Bradlow's vote in favor of the bill paying was left off. And then in the second paragraph, if you could change it from November budget report to December budget report. And that is on me. I misspoke the month at that meeting. And then for going into executive session, if you could add the reason we went into executive session to discuss probable or imminent litigation. And then there's the citation number. So if we could just have these changes reflected or added to the minutes, please.
Did you make those changes?
So if,
And one of the changes, one of you making changes under number 2, there's a B and A are combined on the kills. It says just a separate line like the rest of it, just to make it.
oh, under paper shredding?
Yeah.
Recycling. Okay, so we need a motion to approve the minutes as amended for the regular Board of Trustees meeting December 8th, 2021. Just because we amended them, I'd like to take another motion for that.
So move.
Second? Everyone in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. Next, we have executive session, which we're going to be going into tonight. So may I please have a motion to enter executive session to discuss and review past executive session meeting minutes for approval and or release per 5 ILCS 120-2 C21.
Second.
Roll call, please. And then I'll end the.
Right. Trustee King,
Yes.
Trustee Thurman,
Yes.
Trustee McNabb.
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Redmond is absent with 4 ayes and 0 nays. The motion passes. And we will
Okay, so the regular meeting will now go recess and we'll go into executive session.